Hi and welcome back to the channel. We are back in our lovely Florida skyline here, my Kenny Powers plane, and we are gonna fly the next leg. I've been really sort of dying to do this again because, as you may remember from the last time, our tires are really letting out, and I'm super curious to see what happens when they do go out. Today's leg will be a really short one. I am getting a little sick of flying the small plane, so today's only going to be from Winter Haven, Kilo Golf India Foxtrot, and we're going to go to Tampa, fly Tampa, Tampa, Kilo Tango Papa Alpha. It's a really short flight of only 42 miles. I was toying with the idea of doing it sort of by dead reckoning, but to be perfectly honest with you, I don't really see the big point that it's such a short flight, so I think I might do the GPS anyway. But anyway, we are here and the weather looks really nice out. The storm is gone. It's kind of getting close to dusk, and we should be on our way. So as I said, sort of my main point of this flight, I guess, is to see whether or not we'll be able to break those tires or just get there in one piece. Either is fine, I guess. Let's get the thing started. Let's get some fuel into the system. It's been sitting for a little while. Okay, turn on the beacon. Yell clear prop. And come on. There we go. You got her started. Turn on the avionics. Close the window. Let's see. Let's get the weather.
Kilo Golf India Foxtrot Airport information Echo 1453 Zulu weather wind 218 at 3 visibility 10 sky clear temperature 29er dew point 22 altimeter 3004 advise on initial contact. You have information Echo Kilo Golf India Foxtrot Airport information Echo 1453.
Okay, so we got the weather coming in from more or less the south. I guess that's pretty easy. We'll take off from a 23, which is 123. That should work out perfectly, and we are gonna go pretty much straight to Kilo Tango Papa Alpha. Huge airport. Biggest one so far in this stream anyway. I have stopped at some bigger ones earlier, but before I started uploading to the channel on my trip down the East Coast. Okay, let's see. I see little reason to wait around here. Well, temperatures are. Well, let's do a quick run up when we get to the. We'll do a quick run up when we get to the runway or to the threshold.
Kilo Golf India Foxtrot traffic Cessna November 905 Charlie Sierra taxi runway 23 Kilo Golf India Foxtrot.
So pretty much gonna go take a left here and go down to the end of the taxiway. That should be our runway 23 for us. Yeah, I'm still struggling with the taxi because my pedals aren't bolted down, so whenever I press too hard on the pedals they start sliding around on the floor, and I don't want to do that because then they make marks on the floor. It's very bad since we're selling the apartment. So I'm being a little careful, which is fine. You see, which is at least part of the excuse why I have terrible taxi performance in these flights. Okay, so I guess what we'll do here is we'll go over to the other side and we'll continue taxing up the runway instead of backtracking, especially since we need to do a little run up. So once again we're flying with Active Sky 16 and Ultimate Traffic 2. Oh, come on. I really need to get something to bolt on these rudder pedals with. I was actually thinking about using suction cups, but I just haven't bought any, so I don't have any. I was saying, yes, Active Sky 16, which I think is absolutely fantastic. It's a fantastic upgrade, I think, over Active Sky Next. And if you don't have anything, it's a must-have. I used to have run what's it called, FSGRV, Flight Sim something real weather, which was decent, but it was nowhere near as good. To be perfectly honest, it's a massive difference. Okay, let's do a quick run up. Okay, we're doing 1800 RPM here. Good on mag. Yeah, watch it drop. Both mags. The right mag, watch it drop. Back to both mags. We'll cycle the prop. Three times. Okay. That all seems good to me. Okay, so what do we got? We can turn on our landing lights, turn off our beacon, turn on our nav and strobe, and we can turn on the fuel pump. We have fuel in both engines. Fuel tanks are to both. Cowl flaps is 100% open. We have 1 notch of flaps. Cabin ventilation is on. Everything is good. My checklist is done. Seems to be no traffic here. Let us announce a departure.
Foxtrot traffic. Cessna, November 995 Charlie Sierra, taking off runway 23. Departure to the west. Kilo Golf India Foxtrot.
So takeoff trim. Look at that sun. Beautiful. Okay, so we're lined up with the runway. And plug in my headphones. And we're good to go. Give her the beans. Okay, 60 knots, 70 knots, and we'll take off. Whoa. A little bit of wind there, but nothing too dramatic. Beautiful. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Seems like Florida's finally showing off its good weather. After giving me some terrible storms in the last few episodes. Okay. Climb to about 1,000 feet here and then protect the flaps. As we turn towards Tampa, I think you can already see Tampa there in the distance. It's not that far. Flying into the sunset. Look at that beautiful cloud textures and the cloud formation surrounded by active sky. Okay, flaps can come up. And we'll bring the speed down and reduce the RPM. I think today we'll do a really low flight. 1,000 feet actually seems like a good idea. Let's see, airspace entry. Let's see what this airspace is like today. I guess it's we're kind of going into controlled airspace, but we are landing at Tampa International Airport. This is the main highway. We can see on the sky vector charts. If you look closely, you'll see that this is the main highway going into Tampa. But what I wanted to check was these so this is 3,000 feet. Bravo is at 1,200 feet, and then finally it's at surface. So let's try and stay under 1,200 feet, and we can wait a little bit longer until we ask the tower for clearance. So yeah, we're seeing 1,000. We're already at 1,500. This guy said in the previous episode, this plane loves to climb. I am so curious though to see what happens with our landing gear. I'm not gonna lean the mixture much, it's really slow, but a little bit. I like to lean it a little bit. I don't know if that's just something I shouldn't be liking to do, or if it's just silly of me. Yeah, certainly making good speed here. 150 knots. Here's that smoke again from the smokestacks. Really, really cool how it responds to the wind direction. See my wind's coming in from my left side, and the smoke is clearly blowing to my right side. Very, very neat. And once again, I'm flying without autopilot, just using stick and rudder. I'm using the GPS merely for guidance. Well, anyways, pretty cool. I'm excited about this. So, I guess my next to do in Prepared is to update to version 3.4. I'm still holding off, not for any real reason. I'm just holding off because I've been using SimStarter recently, SimStarter NG. And I have to say, I'm a big fan of SimStarter NG, and what it does, it just makes it, I don't know, it's just so convenient. And they are, I guess, the only add-on that hasn't updated yet that I own. But it is an add-on that, and it's my newest add-on. But it's an add-on I've become really, I'm really happy with it. It's just so good. It just makes it so easy to set up the flight and get it all running easier. You just click run and it starts all your programs and start active sky, and it's such a great place to change settings and do all the tweaking and all that sort of stuff instead of having to go into menus and watch the sim reload every time. You can do it while you're outside of the sim. It's been a really great. Big fan. So I'm very excited about when their update comes out. I'm updating to 3.4. I've heard it's been, a lot of people are saying it's smoother and faster frame rates, which I kind of find strange since Lockheed Martin haven't even noted. There was no notice of like performance increases or adjustments in the in the release notes. So I find it a bit odd that they've made performance increases and then haven't said anything about it. I have a feeling it's like one of those flight sim placebo effects that I think we're all so familiar with. But who knows? It could be the case. Anyway, so I'm definitely interested in finding out. I can't wait, actually. Also, I think the new airspace sort of visualization seems like a really neat little feature, as well as the camera thing. But that said, I am what I'm most excited about. Like, I'm absolutely super excited about is FX Packages' chase plane add-on. That seems ridiculously cool. Finally, something different than Easy Dock. I find Easy Dock horrible. I think it is terrible. Like, the functionality is pretty good. Like, I like how I can make the cameras move like this and all that stuff. But it's man, that the user interface is ridiculous. Like, every time I open this, and I try and do it flight, I set my outside views. I have to go and change the settings for the camera so that I can do these smooth sort of floaty camera moves. I don't know, I try to sort of, you'd think it would save, right? But I have to do it every time I have to do it. I guess I could create like a new package and import it or something, but man, is that software in need of an overhaul. So I'm super, usually I forgot to turn off lights, super excited about that. It seems like such a must-have program. Look at this. Man, Prepared really is starting to look so damn good. Damn good. Wow. Yeah, this is, as the name of the title of the video, this is Orbig's Open Class US that we're looking at. That's what I wanted to do a tour of. I did a tour in FSX, like after FSX came out years ago. I did a GA tour all over the States. I don't think I actually ever made it to Florida, but more or less all over the States. And I just remember being so disappointed with it. I thought it was so bad. Like, everywhere was desert, everywhere was the wrong land class. Nothing really looked like the real thing. But look at this. This looks like the real thing to me. This looks like America. At least in a general sense. And then, of course, since then we've also gotten all these other amazing add-ons like Active Sky and the A2A Skylane and so on and so forth. It's really a completely different animal. It has some similarities for sure, but it's not the same. Okay, it looks like people are coming in from the north here. Let's try and ask for some clearance themselves. Tampa International.
Tampa Tower, Cessna, November 995, Charlie Sierra is 19 miles east of Tampa, 1,600 with Mike to land. Cessna, November 995, Charlie Sierra, Tampa Tower, big left base, runway 19 left, altimeter 3002. Light left base, runway 19 left, Cessna 5, Charlie Sierra. Southwest 3077.
19er left. Okay, let's see if we can find this. I mentioned this before. My GTN's been like slowing down recently, and I don't understand why. We don't need an arrival, we just need approach. Arrival, and we want to be 19 left. Let's do the ILS. Transition vectors. Sure. Load approach.
Tampa Tower, Southwest 1590, runway 19 left, ready for takeoff. IFR to St. Louis. Southwest 1590, short, runway 19 left. Traffic is Boeing 737 miles. Hold short, runway 19 left, Southwest 1590.
Okay, so we're aiming for Cosme. Our localizer is 1110.3 and the 187, course 187. And Cosme has, it's actually it is an ADF 368. That's pretty handy. We can navigate using this arrow to the ADF and find the correct intercept. And it's telling us 2,000 feet, I guess, for the... It's a little hard to tell, actually, from this chart. I can't be bothered to look up the real chart, but 2,000 feet looks pretty reasonable to me.
Southwest 3077, welcome to Tampa, contact ground on 12.
We'll put the CDI in VLOC status so we can catch the glide slope with it. Tuning nav to radio to the ILS as well. Just for the hell of it. No. 110.3. Yeah, that's the course. 188. So there's Tampa out there. Pretty cute. Sun is setting over the lakes north of Tampa. Looks like we're getting a really quite a pretty sunset here. Beautiful. The cargo ships. I think that's Fly Tampa's Tampa airport there. There's no traffic indicated, at least on the... Oh, there's some traffic down here. There's no traffic going north of us, which is great. That means we can probably capture this on our own and not have to find somebody's jet wash. Bike turbulence, as they say. That's so cool with all the traffic. Look at all the cars. Frame rate is dipping a little bit, isn't it? Yeah, quite a lot. 18. That is not okay. Okay, I'm just gonna try and do one thing for the frame rate. I am actually gonna just take off the terrain shadows, which we should not need. Let's see if that helps us. Not really. It's the CPU that's giving us issues here. Not the GPU. After I upgraded the GPU to the GTX 1070, I've really feels like the graphics intensive things really are. I can just keep them to the max. It's not going to change my frame rate if I have a lot of shadows and beautiful anti-aliasing and things like that on. It's what really messes with me is still the CPU intensive tasks such as traffic and AI traffic and all that other stuff. Here's AI traffic, talking about AI traffic. Here comes the lights. Okay, let's turn on the landing lights. Let's turn on the fuel pump. And here is the localizer. I'm a little too late on that. And I think we're even on the glide slope. Just need to catch that localizer again. Ooh. That was bad. That was really bad. I think air traffic control would be screaming at me if this was real life. I'm in somebody else's flight path. Let's see, that's why I'm not a pale pilot. I am merely a hobby guy. This is the thing about the 182. Like in one of the previous videos, it really got away from me on landing. I completely lost track of its speed and nearly installed it right before touchdown, which is not something I've done often, to be honest. I know that I shouldn't be doing that, but it happened. I think the thing about the 182 is it's kind of hard to lose speed in it, in a sense. At least it's hard to bring it down to where you can bring out the flaps. So you should ideally start a little earlier than what I did right now with lowering the throttle. I should have done that before I made the turn and maybe got it down a little bit, but I didn't. But anyway, here we go. And the thing is, once you get the flaps down, it will balloon like it just did, and then it will drop a lot of speed, and then you have to change your trim. You have to trim it. At least I feel like I have to trim it forwards, and I can bring out the second notch of flaps. I have to trim it forward, and then I have to add power again, so that I don't drop all the power with the flaps. And once you've done that, that's the difficult transition there, what I just made.
765 ready to go. Runway 19 left IFR to Baltimore. Southwest 2765 hold short. Runway 19 left. Traffic is Cessna Skyline on final. Hold short. Runway 19 left. Southwest 2765.
Okay, so let's see. Landing lights are on. Mixture is rich. Fuel props. 2 notches of flaps. Power's on.
500.
I think we're way above the glide path, which is completely disappeared from our gauge here. But that's okay. At this point, we have so much runway. Flight Tampa really does a good job. This is even one of their oldest sceneries, I think. But they update. They do such a good job of updating. So things like the night lighting and everything looks spectacular, even though I think the airport itself is a little bit older than some of their other airports. It still looks really, really good. I love their, and like I've said before, I love their ground textures and their runways. I think their runways are just spectacular. Runways and taxiways. Okay, and in we come, right on the path. Okay, we got the power, and oh! What happened there? That's a bit of a flare. What is going on? What was that? Some really weird wind shear type of things happening to the plane. Okay. Well, seems like our tires are still in order. Let's take the next left here.
Cessna 5 Charlie Sierra, welcome to Tampa. Contact ground on 12135. Southwest 2765, clear for takeoff. Runway 19 left. Service wind 19 warm at 5. 12135. Cessna 5 Charlie Sierra.
Okay, taxi light can come on, nav and strobe can come off, and the beacon can come on. And let's see where Tampa wants us to park.
Tampa ground, Cessna November 995 Charlie Sierra, request taxi to parking. Cessna November 995 Charlie Sierra, taxi to general aviation parking. Using taxiway Hotel Romeo. Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Hotel Romeo. Cessna 5 Charlie Sierra.
Hotel Romeo, so we are currently on hotel, aren't we? Yes, we are. We are on hotel, and where is Romeo? Okay, so yeah, basically down here in general aviation. So we're just gonna go straight. Yeah, that was not a nice landing. I don't know exactly what happened, but it felt like the wake turbulence, just like really sort of sudden changes of attitude. I don't know if it was. It could have been. It could have been me. I'm not saying it was definitely wake turbulence, but I'm saying it. It was very strange. That wasn't something I thought should happen or expected to happen. It could just simply be it could simply be the frame rate being this low that you get this jerky feeling.
Traffic.
Okay, I think what we'll do here right now is actually, I've never tried this before, but let's try and go into the hangar and see if it works. I have crash is turned off, so yep, that works. Cool. Okay. I think that's it, guys. We certainly made it. Once again, our tires held up. Let's just check it out real quick. Considerable wear, nose wheel need replacing soon. You should use cam guard in your engine. I mean, it's been only like a week and a half since I flew this, right? Why don't we add some cam guard to this since they really want us to? Okay, cool. There you go. Okay, guys, that was a shorter one than previous, but thanks for watching, and I don't know if you're as curious to see when the tires will blow as I am, but you know, maybe next time. Until then, have a good one.